Released in February 1993, the follow-up to SNK's Sengoku is thought of by most as an improvement on the previous game and was largely well received by critics at the time. While returning to the same themes as the original game, Sengoku 2 centres its plot around time travel, with two warriors being brought from our present to fight the evil warlord throughout various stages in history, from ancient Japan to World War II and the present day. Sengoku 2 sees several fundamental changes made to the original gameplay format. While the player is still able to take on different forms, the sequel has these abilities as standard at the start of the game, unlike in the original game where they are collected as progress is made. Each of these additional forms comes with its own style of attack, and the power-ups collected throughout the game affect each form the player can take in different ways, which keeps the action fun and engaging throughout. You may feel many things while playing Sengoku 2, but boredom is unlikely to be one of them. The combat is improved upon overall, with the player now able to implement a range of attacks and even block enemy attacks, a feature which, at least in my experience, is unusual in side-scrolling beat-em-ups. While the graphics don't see a huge improvement on the original game, what you do get is still decent enough for the era, and the character designs and background details are just as cool and occasionally crazy as they were before. You'll see many references to Japanese folklore throughout the game, from nine-tailed fox women to a whole host of various Japanese warriors, and it is this source material and the way that it's presented that I feel keeps the game appealing almost 30 years after its original release. The game is as short as you'd expect it to be, with my last playthrough coming in at just under 40 minutes, and I often feel like the addition of extra moves brought in here makes Sengoku 2 an easier game than its predecessor. However, that's not to say that the game is too easy by any means, and I think that most players will find the difficulty level to be just right, rather than too far in either direction. Overall, I personally feel that Sengoku 2 is the best game in the series, despite the third and final game in it having a much more well-developed combat system. Here you find a game which plays much better than its predecessor, while retaining every bit of the fairly unique aesthetic established there. I'd go so far as to say that this game and the other entries in the series are all essential for fans of the beat-em-up genre, and urge anyone who fits that bill to play them as soon as possible if they haven't already. Each game in the series has been re-released at a budget-friendly price under the Arcade Archives brand for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and Windows PC, so is easily accessible as well as being great fun. Thanks for watching the video, folks. We've got some new retro and indie game reviews on the way very soon, so if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.